The truth about sugar. Why it's worse for your joints than you think. Welcome back to Seniors Vitality Zone, the channel where we give seniors the truth about health, wellness, and longevity. Today, we're diving into a shocking truth that many people don't know. Sugar is not only bad for your waistline, it's actually worse for your joints than you think. If you're over 50 or 60 and struggling with knee pain, stiff fingers, or arthritis flare-ups, sugar might be fueling your pain more than you realize. So stick around because in this video, we're going to uncover how sugar inflames your joints and damages cartilage. The hidden sugars sneaking into your foods. What happens inside your body every time you eat sweets? The top 5 natural alternatives to sugar that are joint friendly. And the simple plan you can follow starting today to protect your joints. Before we start, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with a friend who needs to hear this. It might just save their knees, hips, and mobility. All right, let's start with the biggest shocker. Sugar isn't just in your cookies, cakes, and candies. No, it's hiding in your everyday pantry, and it's attacking your joints without you even knowing it. Here's the crazy part. The average adult eats around 17 teaspoons of sugar every single day. That's not just from dessert. It's hidden in bread, pasta sauce, cereal, ketchup, even so-called healthy foods like low-fat yogurt. Now, I want you to picture this. Every teaspoon of sugar you eat is like sprinkling tiny grains of sand into the gears of your joints. At first, it doesn't seem like a big deal, but over time, those grains grind and wear down the smooth surfaces that help your knees, hips, and fingers move easily. And eventually, the gears jam. That's your joint pain. Let me ask you this. Have you ever eaten something that seemed perfectly innocent, just maybe a slice of bread or a bowl of healthy cereal? And then a few hours later, your knees feel stiff or your fingers ache. That's not a coincidence. That's sugar working against you. Here's the sneaky truth. Sugar wears a disguise. Food companies don't always call it sugar. They'll call it high fructose corn syrup, maltose dextrose, rice syrup, cane juice. Sounds fancy, right? But at the end of the day, your body only sees it as one thing: sugar that inflames your joints. And guess what? The earlier you spot it, the faster you can stop the damage. Now, here's where it gets interesting, and this is why you should keep watching. Most people think sugar just makes you gain weight or gives you diabetes. But in reality, sugar acts more like a silent poison for your joints. It triggers inflammation, the root cause of that morning stiffness, those swollen knuckles, and those hips that ache when you get out of bed. So, if you're wondering why your arthritis seems to flare up after that slice of cake, or why your fingers hurt the day after you had soda, it's not in your head. It's sugar talking. And here's the kicker. Even if you don't have a sweet tooth, you might still be eating more sugar than someone who snacks on candy all day. How? Because it's hidden in your sauces, your bread, even in your coffee creamer. That means millions of seniors are unknowingly fueling their joint pain every single day. But don't worry. In the next part, I'm going to show you exactly how sugar triggers inflammation inside your joints. Once you understand this, you'll see why cutting back could be the single most powerful step you take to protect your knees and hips. So before you grab that healthy snack, stay tuned because in just a moment, you'll discover how 1 spoon of sugar sets off a chain reaction inside your body that makes your joints weaker, stiffer, and more painful. Trust me, this is the part nobody ever told you. But once you learn it, you'll never look at sugar the same way again. Sugar and inflammation, the silent joint killer. All right, now let's talk about what sugar is actually doing inside your body, because this is where the real damage begins. Whenever you eat sugar, whether it's from cookies, soda, or even that healthy granola bar, your blood sugar levels shoot up. To deal with it, your body releases insulin. But here's the problem. That extra sugar triggers your immune system, releasing inflammatory chemicals called cytokines. Now, inflammation sounds like just a medical term, but let me explain it this way. Imagine you stub your toe. It swells up, it's red, it hurts to touch. That's inflammation. Your body is trying to protect you. But when you eat sugar daily, your body stays in this constant stubbed toe mode, except it's happening inside your joints, in your knees, hips, and fingers. And over time, that inflammation eats away at your cartilage, the smooth, cushiony padding that lets your joints glide without pain. This is why sugar is called the silent joint killer. You don't feel it immediately, like you do with a stubbed toe. Instead, it quietly chips away at your mobility. That's why so many seniors wake up with stiffness in the morning. It's not just old age. It's your body fighting an invisible fire started by sugar. And there's another hidden danger. Sugar causes your body to produce something called advanced glycation end products, or AGEs. Think of AGEs as tiny rust spots forming inside your joints. They stiffen your cartilage, making it brittle, less flexible, and more painful. It's almost like your joints are rusting from the inside out. So here's the bottom line. Every spoonful of sugar you eat adds fuel to the fire of inflammation in your body. And if you already struggle with arthritis, knee pain, or stiff hips, sugar makes that fire burn hotter and faster. But don't worry, because next, I'm going to show you the warning signs your body is giving you that sugar is harming your joints. If you've ever felt pain or swelling and couldn't explain why, this next part will be an eye-opener. You'll see exactly how your body is telling you, please cut the sugar. Real-life signs. Sugar is harming your joints. Now that you understand how sugar inflamed your joints, let's talk about the real signs, the red flags your body is already giving you. Because here's the truth. Your joints don't lie. If sugar is harming them, they'll send you messages. The question is, are you listening? Let me walk you through the 5 most common signs sugar is secretly damaging your joints. Sign number 1, morning stiffness. If you wake up and your knees, hips, or hands feel stiff for more than 30 minutes, it's often inflammation, not just getting older. Many seniors blame age, but sugar-driven inflammation is usually the real culprit. Sign number 2, swelling after meals. Do your fingers feel puffy, or do your knees ache a few hours after eating desserts or bread? That's sugar-triggered inflammation. I call it the silent revenge of sweets. Sign number 3, pain flare-ups. Have you ever noticed that your joint pain seems worse after holidays, birthdays, or family gatherings where you eat more sugary foods? That's not a coincidence. It's your body reacting to the sugar surge. Sign number 4, low energy with pain. Sugar doesn't just inflame your joints, it drains your energy. If you feel joint pain and fatigue at the same time, sugar could be the hidden link. Sign number 5, slower healing. If it takes forever for a small bruise, sprain, or strain to heal, sugar may be interfering with your body's natural repair system. That means your joints stay sore much longer than they should. Now here's the powerful part. If you're nodding your head to even two of these signs, sugar could be playing a much bigger role in your pain than you think. I've spoken with seniors who lived with knee pain for years, thinking it was just arthritis. But once they cut down sugar, within weeks, their stiffness improved dramatically. The most important thing to remember is this: pain is not always a life sentence. It's feedback. Your body is talking to you. And sugar, sneaky, hidden sugar, may be the reason your joints keep screaming. But don't worry, because in the next part, we're going to pull the mask off sugar completely. I'll reveal the sneaky everyday foods that are loaded with hidden sugars, even the ones marketed as healthy. This will shock you because chances are some of these are in your kitchen right now. And once you spot them, you'll know exactly how to protect your joints starting today. The sneaky sources of sugar. All right, now, here's where things get sneaky. Most of us think sugar comes from the obvious culprits, candy, cake, soda. But the real danger? It's hiding in the foods you'd never suspect. And that's why so many seniors who say, "But I don't eat sweets," are still struggling with joint pain. Let's play a quick game. I'll name a food, and you tell me in your head if you think it has sugar. Ready? Bread, spaghetti sauce, low-fat yogurt, salad dressing, even your morning coffee creamer. The answer? Every single one of them is loaded with hidden sugar. In fact, a single cup of flavored yogurt can have more sugar than a donut. Shocking, right? And here's the trick food companies play. They don't always call it sugar. Instead, they use fancy names to confuse you. So instead of seeing the word sugar on the label, you'll see high fructose corn syrup, maltose dextrose, cane juice, rice syrup, evaporated cane sugar. Sounds healthier, right? But your body isn't fooled. To your joints, it's all the same. Inflammation fuel. Here's a quick tip that can save your joints. If sugar or any syrup is listed in the first three ingredients, that food is trouble for your knees, hips, and hands. And watch out for low-fat or diet products. Many companies remove the fat, but add extra sugar to make up for the taste. So while you think you're eating healthy, your joints are paying the price. Now imagine this. You sit down for dinner thinking you've made a healthy choice. Maybe pasta with tomato sauce and a small salad with dressing. But here's the truth. That meal alone could have 10 to 15 teaspoons of hidden sugar. That's more than double what your joints can handle without reacting. No wonder you wake up the next morning with stiff knees or swollen fingers. You didn't eat dessert, but sugar still found its way in. And this is the biggest reason why millions of seniors suffer silently. They don't realize that their pain is connected to the sugar hiding in their pantry. But here's the good news. Once you know where sugar is hiding, you can take back control. And in the next part, I'll reveal the direct connection between sugar and arthritis, including one shocking study that shows just one can of soda a day can increase your risk of arthritis by over 60%. That's right, one soda a day. So stick with me, because what you're about to learn could change the way you look at sugar forever. The sugar-arthritis connection. Now that we know sugar hides in almost everything, let's connect the dots. Why does sugar make arthritis, one of the most painful joint conditions, so much worse? The truth is, sugar and arthritis are best friends, but in the worst way possible. Let's start with a shocking study. The American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that women who drank just one soda a day had a 63% higher risk of developing arthritis compared to those who didn't. Think about that. not a six-pack of soda, not candy bars all day, just one soda. That's how powerful sugar is when it comes to damaging your joints. Here's why. Sugar triggers inflammation that attacks cartilage, the rubbery tissue that cushions your joints. Without that cushion, your bones grind against each other like sandpaper. That's arthritis pain. And every time you drink soda, eat cookies, or even indulge in hidden sugars, you're speeding up that wear and tear. Now let's make this real. Imagine walking up the stairs. If you're carrying an extra 10 pounds from sugar-related weight gain, your knees feel like they're carrying 40 extra pounds of pressure. That's the math. Every single pound on your body equals 4 pounds of stress on your knees. So when sugar leads to weight gain, your joints don't just ache from inflammation, they suffer from overload, double damage. And it's not just your knees. Arthritis from sugar hits your hips, spine, and even your hands. That's why so many seniors tell me their fingers swell after holidays or their hips ache the day after a big family meal. That's sugar silently working against them. Now, here's something you may not know. Sugar doesn't only make arthritis worse, it can actually trigger arthritis to begin in people who never had it before. That's why cutting back now is so powerful. Even if you already have arthritis, you can slow it down. And if you don't, you can prevent it from stealing your mobility in the future. So the evidence is crystal clear. Sugar doesn't just sweeten your food, it sweetens your pain. But don't lose hope, because in the next part, I'm going to show you how to fight back. You'll discover 5 natural, joint-friendly alternatives to sugar that still let you enjoy sweetness without the pain. This is where the turnaround begins. How to break free. Joint-friendly sugar alternatives. By now, you might be thinking, okay, I get it. Sugar is terrible for my joints. But does that mean I have to give up sweetness forever? Here's the good news. No, you don't. You can still enjoy sweetness, but in ways that protect your joints instead of destroying them. Let me share with you 5 natural, joint-friendly alternatives to sugar that taste great and fight inflammation. Alternative number 1, stevia. Stevia is a natural sweetener made from the leaf of a plant. It has 0 calories, 0 sugar, and it doesn't spike your blood sugar. That means no inflammation storm in your joints. Use it in your coffee or tea instead of sugar, and your knees will thank you. Alternative number 2, raw honey in moderation. Now, I'm not talking about processed honey from the supermarket shelf. I mean raw, natural honey. It has antioxidants and compounds that can actually reduce inflammation. A teaspoon in warm tea can soothe your sweet tooth without harming your joints. Alternative number 3, fresh fruits, nature's candy. When you eat fruits like blueberries, apples, or oranges, you get natural sugars, but also fiber, vitamins, and antioxidants. The fiber slows down sugar absorption, so your body doesn't get that painful inflammatory spike. Alternative number 4, dark chocolate, 85% or higher. Yes, you can still enjoy chocolate. Dark chocolate is rich in flavonoids, compounds that fight inflammation. Just a small square can satisfy cravings without wrecking your joints. Alternative number 5, cinnamon. This spice adds natural sweetness to foods and drinks. Sprinkle it on oatmeal, add it to coffee, or stir it into yogurt. Not only does it taste sweet, but studies show cinnamon helps reduce inflammation and balance blood sugar. Now, I know some of you might be thinking, but sugar is cheaper and easier. And you're right. But think of it this way. Would you rather save $1 today or save your knees, hips, and independence tomorrow, because every choice you make, every spoon you swap, adds up to stronger joints and less pain. The best part? You don't have to feel deprived. You're not giving up sweetness. You're trading it for something that actually helps your body instead of hurting it. And here's a challenge for you. This week, swap out just one sugary item. Maybe your soda, maybe your morning coffee sugar, with one of these alternatives. Watch how your body feels in just 7 days. But if you're really ready to take control, I've got something even more powerful for you. In the next part, I'll share a simple 7-day joint rescue sugar detox plan. A step-by-step guide that shows you how to break free from sugar, reduce inflammation, and feel the difference in just 1 week. Trust me, this is the part you don't want to miss. The 7-day joint rescue sugar detox. To truly feel the difference, I recommend a 7-day joint rescue plan. Day 1 and 2, remove soda, replace with lemon water or green tea. Day 3 and 4, swap sugary snacks with fruit or nuts. Day 5, replace desserts with dark chocolate or cinnamon tea. Day 6, focus on whole foods, no packaged sauces or cereals. Day 7, track your pain levels. You'll notice less swelling, more energy, and smoother movement. Many seniors report significant reduction in joint pain in just 1 week of lowering sugar. So, my friends, the truth is clear. Sugar is worse for your joints than you ever imagined. It fuels inflammation, weakens cartilage, and speeds up arthritis. But the good news? You are in control. By cutting back on sugar and choosing natural alternatives, you can reclaim your mobility, reduce pain, and keep your independence for years to come. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone you love. Here on Seniors Vitality Zone, we bring you powerful science-backed tips to help you live stronger, healthier, and pain-free after 60. Stay active, stay sweet, but the natural way. See you in the next video.